Hello, and welcome to episode 22 of the Brick Clubhouse.
Kershaw.
It is Clayton Kershaw's number.
It's our Clayton Kershaw.
That little voice in the background. I'm Chris, and welcome to this episode. And that little voice that was talking about Clayton Kershaw is my buddy
A
Evan.
little voice inside.
Hey,
my
Evan.
head. This isn't Magnum PI's little voice. This is
No,
me. This is
I don't think you're a voice in my head. I think you're really here.
No, that was just whenever Magnum's driving around, Oahu, the little voice in the back of my head. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
wow.
hi Chris.
Hey, welcome. Do we need to start over?
For those of you listening, that's just a little insight into my head, because everything that I hear reminds me of some sort of TV show or movie quote or baseball reference or something.
I, at one point in my life, wanted to invent a language that was only made up of movie quotes that would express
Yeah.
emotion, and kind of like that Star Trek Next Generation episode.
So basically, my conversations with my brother Blair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So when he said 22 Kershaw episode, just like the Clayton Kershaw episode in New Girl is really the Prince episode, but it's the Clayton Kershaw episode.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. It's
I wouldn't, but
the real ones out there will understand.
welcome, everyone.
That was a long intro.
That was, wow.
Zero to do with Lego.
And if you're still with us, thank you.
We appreciate it.
We are the Brick Clubhouse, and we do talk about Lego.
We are the Clubhouse.
We are collectively the Clubhouse, and we want to thank our sponsor, Bricks and Minifigs San Diego North, for helping make all this happen. A great little Lego shop on Carmel Mountain Road. Please join us.
The one and only.
If you're in town or if you're visiting, we get lots of visitors. It's that time of year where people are on fall break, and we've had a lot of people from Arizona in this week. So if you're from Arizona and found out about the show, welcome.
If you're from anywhere, I found out about the show. Welcome.
Yes, but we're so glad you could join us. If you do like the show, though, please leave us a rating where you find your podcasts.
We promise we're about to start talking about Lego. That's
We
gonna
are.
happen.
We are almost. I have one item of follow-up. We have a new website, brickclubhouse.com. People can go and see the episodes, see photos and show notes. So, when we refer to, hey, you can see a picture of this, brickclubhouse.com is where you want to go to see it.
I'm doing a live check-in right now. I haven't seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
This
I
looks
need your
fantastic.
bio.
Looks fantastic. I've heard.
So,
I'll get you that bio.
I know.
I get you that.
So, you just go check it out. We'd love to see you on the website. And
Dude, my hair
And-
was so long in that picture.
it was.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can see photos of Evan and I. There's a link to a wedding photo in the last show notes
Oh, is there?
if people want to find it.
Yeah.
It's not one of the fancy ones. It was just one that I took. So
Yeah, we don't have the fancy ones back yet.
people have to deal with my photo skills.
Oh, there's the picture. Fun.
Yeah. So a new website, and you can also find links to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and the YouTubes and all the places.
Look at these show notes, man. Wow. This is great.
It's like we're
I feel like we're
real
around now.
podcast. And there'll be more on the website as time goes on.
Yeah, we only have last week's episode on here.
Yeah,
right
we'll get the whole library.
now. Yeah, we'll have the rest.
And we'll have links to gear and things we like, and all sorts of things will show up there.
Wow. Look at us.
But yeah, it's like we're a real show moving right along.
We have some news to talk about in the world of Lego.
There is.
We are going to be releasing this episode sometime during the week of October 1st to 3rd-ish,
Yes.
which means we got new Lego sets coming out this month, everyone.
Some good ones
I got some
too.
good ones. First on the list, if you've listened to this show for any amount of time, or if you're a Lego fan, you know that their biggest theme is Lego Star Wars. And that's our biggest theme here most of the time. We're trying to branch out a little bit,
No,
but it makes people happy.
we do. But people do love the Star Wars.
They do. And people really love the UCS sets. And we have a new UCS set coming out.
Yes, we do.
We have, finally,
We haven't had this vehicle. When was the last time?
I was about to say it, 2013.
2013.
Again, everything is 2013, Chris. We've been over this.
Well, but that didn't mean that was the last time we had this.
It's true. So, for those of you that don't know, this is the UCS Jabba's Sail Barge. This is set number 75397. This is going to contain 3,942 pieces and include 11 minifigures. Those minifigures include, for the first time since 2013, a molded Jabba the Hutt, This Jabba the Hutt does have new updated printing, so he is a unique version. It is also seeing the return of Salacious B. Crumb, also a new updated version, pupilless, which sucks, but anyways. We got R2-D2, we got a couple of random named figures that I'm not going to try to pronounce for the first time, though. We got a Gamorrean guard, the return of the King Max Rebo, and we also have the Bib Fortuna with the fat Bib Fortuna mold from Book of Boba Fett, not from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it doesn't match, but
We have C-3PO, not the good C-3PO with the dual molded leg, but the basic C-3PO.
why?
And we have, last but not least, a brand new Hutt Slayer Leia. The dual molded legs this time to try to recreate her red skirt. In the source material in the movie, there are openings on both sides of her legs. That is not printed on the figure, so it kind of looks like she's wearing board shorts.
It does. It really does.
I do like what they were going for. As we've seen, it's hard sometimes for Lego to print flesh colors on colored legs.
Yeah, I don't know that they would have pulled it off well.
Yeah, and so, if you want to look back at what they've done before, they've just done, the regular tan legs and then printed on the dress. So it is a unique version. It's up for interpretation whether or not it's well executed or not on the legs. However, I will say this, there is a brand new hair mold for it, which looks outstanding.
Yeah, I was going to mention
So good.
the hair is
So
great.
good. Yeah, so it has her braid coming up around the front over her shoulder. It's got the painted gold details on it at the top of the bun and at the bottom of the braid. Looks really good. A figure variation that we were not sure we would ever get again in
No,
Lego
I'm
form.
kind of surprised they went there.
Yeah,
This isn't like your typical UCS set, though.
because it's not gray or black.
Well, it's not gray or black, but it really, it has, the sail barge has a full interior.
Yeah.
It's almost more like a really big play set.
Yeah, so this one is in the same realm as UCS sets such as the AT-AT and the Razor Crest, in the sense that all three of these sets, like Chris said, have full playable play scale, almost minifigure scale interiors, which is really fun. There's other sets like a gunship, for example, that wouldn't really work at minifigure scale because it'd be too small to really feel like a UCS set. But then you have other sets like these with the full interiors, and like Chris said, they really do just feel like massive play sets. So there are actually 5 rooms on the interior of this sail barge. 5 rooms.
It's huge, and they're detailed rooms.
They're really detailed. Yeah.
It's not like we have a lot of source material for a lot of these rooms.
Yeah, they're all made up.
But we've got a great little galley, his throne room. There's a prison area where they have one of the unnamed characters or characters.
It's named, but
Yeah, but we don't know
I
who
don't
it
know
is.
the name.
Where the Gamorrean guard's hanging out with someone in prison. They made it a really fun, a fun set. There's a lot of playability in here. It's not just put on a shelf and look pretty.
No, it looks great. And Lego has claimed over the past few years that they have fixed the cracking issue of brown and dark red pieces. And
I guess we'll know in 5 to 7 years.
yeah, obviously it hasn't been long enough for us to know yet, but assuming that is correct, then this set should hopefully stand the test of time. Because there are many, many brown pieces.
Did you mention the dimensions of this set?
I haven't yet. The height is 10 inches. The width is, well, they say width. It's 31 inches long,
Yes,
not
it is.
wide.
This is a
So,
long set.
It's coming in just under 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Pretty large. Yeah, it has like the cannon on the deck that Luke and Leia use to blow up the deck of the sail barge. The top
But
of
you
the
don't
sail
get Luke.
barge. No Luke. So we'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
But the top of the sail barge, 2 pieces come apart to reveal the lower levels. Paneling all around the sail barge on both sides do flip down to give you the access to the interior. And the last thing I want to mention about the build itself is, unlike the 2013 play scale sail barge, the sails are not plastic, they are fabric. Cloth pieces, which is really nice to see.
They look really good.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that weird shininess,
Mhm.
that the plastic had.
And from the pictures, it looks like the tension is just so that they really do have that nice arc to them, and they don't sag or droop. I think from the videos I saw reviewing it as well, that was the case in person too. So
It does come with a plaque, like
Mhm.
UCS sets do, even though this is a very play set. It still has the display plaque for those that want to display it. It's interesting that they chose to put Jabba on the plaque, a little stand for Jabba on the plaque with the 25th anniversary brick.
Yeah. I think that's
And
cool
then
choice.
another build for all the rest of the figures to stand
Yeah.
on. They're giving you a way to display all the figures if you just want it to look pretty on a shelf.
Yeah. So 2 other things worth mentioning for this set. First is, actually, they're both not even about the set itself. First is that, as some of you may know, earlier this year, we got the set with the Sarlacc Pit and Desert Skiff. Probably the best Desert Skiff build we've gotten in a Lego set. Probably the best Sarlacc Pit build we've gotten in a set, but they're not included in this set. Now, that also means that the minifigures in that Sarlacc Pit set complete the characters that you see in this scene in the movie. So we're talking Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Skiffguard Lando, a couple other people, Boba Fett, right? So if you want to complete the whole scene from Return of the Jedi, you have to buy an entire other set, which we usually don't get into prices, but it's pretty overpriced if you're looking at really any price per piece, piece size, anything.
It adds almost another 20% to the cost of the sail barge if you want the whole scene.
Yeah, no, it's going to cost a pretty penny if you want to recreate that entire scene with all of the characters.
That Sarlacc Pit Desert Skiff set is set number 75396. If you want to pick it up to go with it, but that really does complete it.
Some people were hoping that they would include the same Desert Skiff build, one of them in the Jabba's sail barge set, so that if you got both of them, then you have 2, because there are multiple ones in the scene, but no such luck. That's up for you all to decide if it's worth it for you, if you want to buy both. We do have the Sarlacc Pit set available in the store, and we will, very shortly after release, have the sail barge along with the sail barge gift with purchase set, Chris.
Yes, which I love. I love this series of gift purchases of the buildable lightsaber hilts. This time we're getting Luke's lightsaber.
Which one?
Well, his new one, the one that he makes that shoots out.
The one in episode 6.
Yes, that shoots out of R2 in the scene that we're talking about here.
One of the best lightsaber hilts in Star Wars history.
It's good. It joins Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt and Yoda's that were also gift purchased, not Darth Vader.
No, it was Luke's first lightsaber and the Anakin lightsaber. It's the one that came with the AT-AT.
There you go.
But still, there's 3 of them now. Oh, those. Oh, do you know the story?
And the build looks mostly good. I have a little gripe about the buttons on the side sticking up a little squarish. But I realize,
like the red and green ones?
Yeah, like that whole part of the build. But I realize that's kind of what it looks like. But
that's exactly what it looks like.
I know, but it doesn't look as square.
Well, it's Lego.
We'll have a link in the show notes so you can see.
I think it looks fantastic.
It looks great. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm excited to get it. I don't have any of the other lightsabers. Hilts.
Neither do I. So this is the one that I would want the most.
I mean, I would like the first one too, but maybe someday.
Yeah. Do you know why Luke's lightsaber was green in Return of the Jedi and not blue?
I have heard this story, but I don't recall.
When they were filming it, the backdrop of the blue sky on the sail barge, they didn't have the special effects to make the blue lightsaber stand out enough, so they changed the color to green just so that you could actually see it. And that's it.
That's good.
Because there's early shots you can see, I think, where Luke's standing on the sail barge and it's blue and you can't see it because the sky behind it is blue. So there you go. There's your little fun fact.
Fun.
First ever green lightsaber in Star Wars canon, and it wasn't even supposed to happen.
No, well, lightsaber lore.
Which has now come in after the fact.
Yeah. Things change. But I'm excited for the set to come out. I'm excited to see it in person.
Yeah, me too.
After release. And like you said, we should have it in the store shortly after release, probably within a week.
Yeah, for sure. October is also going to see the release of a few other notable sets that we wanted to briefly go over. First, we have the introduction of 2 brand new themes.
Yeah, don't get that every month.
I know. We got Fortnite and Wicked. So Fortnite sets, these are based off of obviously the video game franchise Fortnite. These are sure to be very popular, and they're also sure to be probably the first of multiple waves of Fortnite sets. It's starting off with, I believe, 4 sets. Right, we got the hamburger, the Durr Burger, we got the Battle Bus, we got the Peely Bone build, and we have the Loot Llama So
Yes.
honestly, that Battle Bus set is pretty perfect for what it is and what it was supposed to be. It looks just like it does in the game. It has like 11, like 9 or 11 minifigures. I forget which. Super great, super fun for Fortnite fans, which there are many, many of them. And so this is going to be, I think, a really, really high selling theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll do well. And we did see these at Comic-Con,
We did.
and
They look good.
they look great.
And
The-
like the colors pop. Like
yeah,
they're
the battle
supposed
bus was super fun. I think they did a really good job. And so I'm excited to see them
to. Yeah,
when we get them in the store eventually.
eventually.
Yeah, they weren't available to us on day one, but we'll get them. The other new theme is based on the popular Broadway play
Well,
Wicked, and
it's ba-
soon to be a movie.
Based off of the movie, based off of the play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever wanted Ariana Grande in mini doll, not mini
Yeah,
figure
no,
form,
mini
this
dolls.
is your chance. Also, they introduced buildable mini dolls with this theme.
Yeah, which
There's a set where you can build mini doll big fig versions of Elphaba and
And-
Glinda.
yes, and we
They are cursed.
we will have it in the store. There are 4 sets in this theme also. The buildable mini dolls that you just mentioned, Welcome to Emerald City, and then Glinda and Elphaba's dorm, as well as Glinda and Elphaba and Nessa Rose's little journey to Shiz University.
Hey, fun fact for you all. I actually made the pilgrimage to New York earlier this month in March, and I saw Wicked on Broadway.
Earlier
And-
this month or
ear-
this year?
Earlier this year, sorry, in
Yeah.
March. And it was really fun. And so I'm excited for the movie.
I did see it on Broadway as well, but back in 2015.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, I was there for the 20th anniversary of the show on being on
That's
Broadway.
fun. It's
cool.
it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
I'm super curious to see how it translates to a film.
The trailer looks so good.
It does.
It made me tear up the first time I saw
The
it.
music is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I am looking forward to seeing the film this fall, even though it's only part 1, even though they won't say it,
I know, but it is.
but it is.
It's going to end with Defying Gravity.
As well it should.
Also, just a little asterisk, there's actually going to be 3 new themes launching in the month of October. Lego Wednesday sets are also coming out on October 1st, which I didn't know. There are going to be 3 sets. There's going to be a Wednesday and Enid Brickhead. There's going to be a Wednesday Adam figure, which is another buildable mini doll type figure with a pretty cool backdrop, actually. It's like a little cemetery. Maybe it's the school she goes to. I haven't seen the show. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I just know that it stars Jenna Ortega. And then there's also
The show's actually pretty good.
I've heard it's good. And then there's also Wednesday in Enid's dorm room. So these are also, only one set has figures in it, and they are mini dolls. But that's another theme launching on October 1st.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Lego is introducing all these new themes with mini dolls. We also are getting not a new theme, but we're getting another release in the Mario line.
The 18 plus Mario.
Yeah, the 18 plus. So this is a like pixelated 2D kind of art build of
It's hard to explain
of
without seeing it.
Mario on Yoshi.
Mhm.
Now it's made to look like that pixelated, kind of art from the early video games, but it does have a little crank where you can make Yoshi kind of run and shoot fireballs.
I think it's just
And-
his tongue,
Is it just
because Yoshi doesn't shoot fireballs.
I don't remember.
Battle
It's been a long time. But yes, his tongue comes out then. It's a really fun
Can you
set.
guys tell Chris doesn't know Mario?
I know. It has been I think we've told the story about how I wanted an NES growing up and my parents wouldn't get it for me.
Maybe another time.
I was very neglected.
Chris
as a
is
child.
just healing his inner child.
Yeah. This was another set we saw at Comic Con,
Mhm.
and we have in our Comic Con video.
Yeah.
That we'll link in the show notes. But
Yeah, it's a cool one.
it's coming out, and
It's
we'll have
really
it in
cool.
the store October 1st.
It really does.
ready to go.
When you see it up on a shelf, it really does. It just look like 8-bit. Like it's so cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, maybe
it-
maybe 16-bit
it-
actually.
it was really surprising to see it because it's a lot deeper than you think
It's
because of the
really deep.
mechanics
Mhm.
that go into it. But from the front, it just looks
Looks thin.
very,
Yeah.
very flat.
There is one more main release that we want to mention here real quick. This is set number 21352. This is the next Lego Ideas set, and it is the Magic of Disney set. This was designed and chosen during the Disney 100 year. It does not have the Disney 100 branding as it's coming out this year instead of last year, but this is a build with a big old sorcerer Mickey in the middle with his arms outstretched, and around him are little vignette scenes from some popular classic Disney movies. So we got the brooms from Fantasia. We got these little Flounder and Sebastian molds that we've seen before for Little Mermaid, and then there's a little vignette for Encanto, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, and Pinocchio, each of which come with a brand new minifigure.
Yeah. They really did a good job of hitting like from classic and
Yeah.
modern
They did.
films here.
Yeah.
And I think all of these are figures that people have been wanting.
Yeah, and they are different figures than what was in the fan submission. However, the fan submission used pre-existing CMF figures, so like Aladdin and Ariel and stuff like that. So I think they've made some good choices here. So first off, with Encanto, we have a build of the Madrigal House with a brand new Bruno minifigure, which some people were bummed that it's not Mirabelle. I personally prefer the Bruno figure. I like Bruno as a character better, but that's just me.
And he's a mini figure.
It's a figure. These are all figures.
Yes.
Except for Simba, obviously. But great figure. I think it looks fantastic. Moving on to the next one in the middle is the Beauty and the Beast build. And yes, finally, we have a Belle minifigure with dual molded arms and beautiful printing.
It is shocking to me that it's taken this long.
People are still waiting for the Beast one now, too. I mean, there's been 3 Disney CMF lines. How have they not made a Beauty and the Beast for those? And in the Disney 100 Walt Disney Tribute camera that came out last year, which I'm pointing to in our cabinet right now, the film strip on it has like a bunch of minifigure versions of characters we haven't gotten, and one of them was Belle and Beast. And I actually looked back on that the other day, and it's the exact Belle figure that we're getting with all the printing and the dual molded arms and all that. So maybe there's some other previews on there as well.
Maybe. But she looks great.
She
I'm
looks
so
perfect.
glad.
She's perfect.
I think one of the figures I'm most excited for is Geppetto.
Yeah.
In the Pinocchio build section.
He looks so good.
He does. And I mean, to go with Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket from the CMFs will be great. And then we also have a little Pride Rock with little Simba on it.
Yeah. Simba, it looks kind of like a Friends like mold. Like a Friends cat mold almost, but I think it's brand new with Simba printing on it, and he looks cute. He looks really good.
And then we also have Sebastian and Flounder from Little Mermaid.
Yep. And the last figure is a brand new Lilo figure from Lilo and Stitch. They opted for no legs. They gave her the 1x2 brick, which I think actually looks really good.
It does look
Because
good.
her shirt does kind of go almost to the ground in the movie.
And it's printed. It looks
like
seamless to torso.
Well, it's not a shirt actually. She wears a dress. I think this is supposed to be like a dress. So it looks like she's wearing a dress, which is good. They're using the Pocahontas hair for her, which I find interesting. So it's kind of like blowing in the wind, which made a lot of sense for Pocahontas. She's riding a surfboard in this little vignette, even though she's wearing clothes and not a swimsuit. But so a little bit of interesting choice for the hair piece, but brand new face prints, brand new torso, and brick print. She looks great.
And there are a few other things coming on October 1st. We're getting a new botanical set that we'll have in the store that is the Poinsettia Botanical. And it looks really good.
It's pretty great.
I'm excited about this one. I always buy live ones every year for my front porch.
No,
and
you don't have to.
They die. So, because it's San Diego and it's often like 70, 80 degrees in December. But these won't die. They look great. And they will also be available on October 1st in the store.
Yep.
So.
And there's one more botanical set, actually, which is the Christmas wreath, also from the Botanical Icons collection. This is set number 10340. So getting into the holiday season.
Yeah. We'll discuss holiday stuff in a future episode. I want to dive into holiday stuff a little more.
Oh, that set has 1,194 pieces. That does not look like a 1,000-piece set. Whoa. Looks good, though.
Also coming out is the new Winter Village set on October 1st.
That's right.
Which is Santa's post office with a hot air balloon so he can have his elves deliver mail.
It's really cute.
It's super fun.
Did you see the little elf postal truck that's coming out, too?
Yes. like I said, I think we'll cover all the Winter Village stuff in a future episode because it's one of my favorite themes. And I think it would be fun to do a deep dive. But for those of you that are collectors, the new set will be available here this week. Enjoy. There's a lot of new stuff coming out October 1st.
There is. Yeah, we couldn't cover all of it.
No.
Got the highlights.
Yeah. And we'll discuss more in the coming weeks. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the store. We alluded to last week that it was like clean out your closet week, and we were getting tons of trades of some really, really cool sets. Well, that has only continued this week.
Been crazy.
And
shout out to Wesley and you, Chris, for doing most of those trades.
Yeah, a lot.
Some big trades.
We've had some big ones.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I mean, the rest of the team also helps get things ready.
Yeah, AJ and Blake do trades too.
Yeah.
So they probably helped out. Sure.
And we've just had so much new inventory. And just today, somebody came in and was like, why would I want to buy a set that was already built? And it's like, there are a lot of reasons.
Many.
Why you would want to buy a set that's already built. One, some of these sets that are built, you can't get new in box anymore.
And if you can,
they are very, very
cost your firstborn child.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the collectability is one reason. Now you've got a lot of used sets from the store.
Yeah.
And so have I. Now, are you I just got this set, I'm going to take it apart and rebuild it? Or are you I'm going to put it up on the shelf and enjoy it in the state it came from?
In this scenario, how much time do I have on my hands? Because that is a large factor. I'll tell you this. The first 5 to 7-ish sets that I bought used from the store, I did take apart and rebuild piece by piece. There are 2 sets that I have gotten used from the store so far that I have not taken apart and rebuilt because I haven't really had time. One of those is the UCS Slave 1, and the other one is the Bausch Leia helmet. So other than that, though, yeah, I have taken them apart, and it's really fun. It's fun to be able to put them back together. You get them at a discount.
That's another big reason.
Which is huge.
Why
even if it's a current set.
Want used?
Because as you all know, if you're a Lego collector, every penny counts because it is not a cheap hobby.
No, as we just discussed, there are a lot of new stuff coming out, and that happens almost every month.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about Bricks and Minifigs, and why I was so thankful that we finally got some in my area, is because retired sets, like Lego retire sets every year, and then they're gone. They're not being produced anymore. And so this is really the best way to see what you're buying used, to check the condition, to see what's there, to see what the figures look like, to see all of that. And again, I know we keep saying it, but to me, it's the biggest reason, the discount. You're saving so much money because the moment that tape gets broken on a Lego box, the value drops. And
and I think you bring up a good point about being able to see what you're getting. Because I've bought some sets on eBay before and, missing pieces or cracked torso. And there's very little recourse on something from eBay that you can do. I mean, you can go back to the seller and sometimes they may work with you or help you, but I mean, it's kind of like
they usually say as is.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like buyer beware. But at least here, you can take a look at it ahead of time.
Yeah,
you can make sure it's in the condition you want it to be in.
Now, I will say this too. One of the other big things that people say is, well, I like the experience of putting it together and going through bag by bag and blah, blah, blah. Sure. 100%. I hear you. It's the greatest to open up a brand new sealed box, open up the bags, open up the instructions, go bag by bag. Sure. However, there is something you can do that we do all the time actually in the store for the certification process. If you take a used set and you go to the back of the instruction booklet and you take the set apart backwards, piece by piece, and then when you get to the end of a bag, put them in a bag, you can go backwards as you take it apart and you can basically recreate that first build experience for yourself. And if you want to, you can then rebuild the set bag by bag.
Yeah.
It's something that I have done with a couple sets for my wife, actually, is gone back and I've taken them apart certified them pretty much for her, and then she gets to go through and do the whole process herself. So that's another great way that you can still get that building experience that you would otherwise.
Yeah, and it doesn't take as much time as you think it does
Really
to
doesn't.
take it apart. It's way faster than putting it together.
It's also way faster than taking it apart at random. It really is.
And I mean, we do go through that process and have a bunch of certified sets in the store. So if you want to save a little bit, but still have that new experience, you can. But you can also create it yourself and save even more money. It's just an interesting question that we get quite a bit in the store.
Yeah. Well, I think the last little thing I'll say too, there are people too, for me, especially when I first started collecting Lego, I was like, I'd hear M&R talk about like, oh, I pay people to build sets for me now, sometimes for reviews. And I'm like, what? Like, I want to build every set that I get. That's the point. When you get to the point when you have a collection that's maybe bigger than you would admit that it is, sometimes it's like, yeah, maybe I'll save the time. Maybe I don't want to build this set as much as the other one, but I still want it. So if you buy it used, you just grab it and then take it home and put it on your shelf. Boom, there it is.
Well, and I mean, and I can relate because there have been times where you and Bailey have come over and we've all built sets of mine. But now I have sets that I know, oh, my friend built that for me. And I can enjoy knowing that it was built by a friend. But
and there's some sets that like maybe the build doesn't look super appealing to you, but you want it on display, like the Captain America shield, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Or even for some people, like the Roman Colosseum, right? Like some sets that might be really repetitive builds that you don't think look very fun to build, but the end product is worth displaying. There you go. There's another reason.
Like we have one of those sets in the store right now, the Titanic.
Which I've heard is a pretty good build actually, but it is repetitive.
It's very repetitive is more the thing. Like the guy who brought it in was showing me like process that he went through building it, because you build like the interior decks.
Yep.
Over and over again.
It's incredibly detailed.
Oh, it's amazing. And how it comes apart. It's super cool. If you've never seen it built, swing by.
It's impressive.
It's a super cool build. But, you know, not everyone wants that repetition in their life.
Sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I pose the question to you. I find myself about half and half. I desire to take them apart and rebuild them.
It's always my intention, yeah.
Someday I will. But like you said, at some point you get so many sets, it's hard to go back.
Well, not even like time-wise in terms of just Lego building, but just life-wise. As you know, Chris, my life has been crazy busy the past 6 months or so. So haven't had much time for Lego.
No. Yeah. And in my life too, I'm having to plan out time to build the new Winter Village sets.
It's like
so that I can add them this year.
I have to we congratulate Chris whenever he actually sits down and builds Lego in his free time, because it's so rare nowadays.
It is. It's a little like, oh, pat the little boy on the head.
Yeah, but Chris, he literally he'll send me pictures and be like, I built a Lego set tonight. He built his Animal Crossing set a couple weeks ago, and he goes, yay, look at me.
The thing of it is, for me, like, the process of building a Lego set is just very therapeutic. Just gets me in a different headspace. It just really love that feeling that I get from that whole process. And I miss it when I don't get it as much as I used to.
Yeah. Anyways, to round off this segment and the episode, really, we're just going to go through pretty quickly and just list off some of the highlights of some used sets that we have in the store right now. For those of you that are interested.
Yeah. And we mentioned Titanic already.
Yep.
We also have a whole series of trains. Like 4 or 5 of them that came in. I don't have all the set numbers in front of me.
But you Lego train fans.
But you train fans.
We know you guys are very passionate.
Because like one of them is the Mercer train. I forget how it's pronounced, but it's the cargo train that they released under that company name. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. But that was kind of the coolest of the ones that came in. But yeah, there were 4 or 5 of them.
A whole bin of them. Yeah. I also got the D&D Red Dragon's Keep castle with all the figures.
Looks amazing. Yes. With all the figures.
And the dragon. Wow.
And
there you go. So here's another reason. That's a current set. It's going to be a discount if you buy it now instead of sealed in box at the Lego store.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And easy to take apart. And we have it displayed right now next to Rivendell.
Oh,
which is also in the store.
Oh, we forgot. Yeah, Rivendell.
Complete with all the
With
figures.
all the figures. Wow.
Those two sets look so good next to each other.
Rivendell. That's all you need to know, really.
I mean,
Come in
yeah,
to get Rivendell.
Rivendell
Greatest set ever made.
is
Maybe.
yeah. I've been getting messages on Instagram from people all over the country about it. And sorry, the online store's not ready yet.
Soon.
Yet.
We also have an A-frame cabin, which is also in the bookcase right behind me, which looks incredible.
It's such a fun set. I love that
Yep.
set. We also have the Vincent van Gogh A Starry Night painting with its minifigure. I love that little Vincent van Gogh minifigure.
It's a good
really
set.
And I love that you can hang it on the wall.
I love the building techniques.
Yeah,
so cool.
it's a really fun set.
That set really elevated the art theme to a whole nother level.
They're really killing it with the art theme. We also have a whole bunch of modulars that came in. Most of the newer line, Boutique Hotel, Jazz Club, the police station, the bookstore.
Those are good ones.
So yeah, great ones. So if you're looking for modulars to expand your city, or maybe at some point we'll discuss this also in more detail, but like maybe you want to build another building and you know that for the Jazz Club there's a great rebrickable.
Right. That's going to be the episode, rebrickable for sure.
Yeah. But that's another great thing with these used sets you can do.
Couple used Star Wars sets. We got a couple of ATTEs, including the one with the light up Mace Windu figure, and the lightsaber does light up.
Yep.
That is also the set with the original Kashyyyk Trooper, which for those of you that know, that figure is worth about $100 by himself. Mace Windu is also worth quite a bit. Great set. We have that one complete in the store. And we also have both of the old Playscale sail barges. So as we discussed the UCS sail barge coming out, maybe you want to take a stroll down memory lane or snag the old sets you weren't able to get. We got both of those sail barges in the store.
We also had a whole lot of Bionicles come in. Probably 20 to 30 different Bionicles. We've been certified some of them, so if you want that brand new experience, they're in their boxes with their instructions.
We have people when we have Bionicle sets in the store, people will just come in and fawn over them. They're oh my gosh, no way. People love their Bionicles.
Yeah, and we've got some of the rarer ones, and so it's, if you're a Bionicle fan, worth coming in and checking that out. And you can always follow us on Instagram to see photos of the latest things that have come in. We also have almost the entire wave of SpongeBob sets that came in. Now, I'm not a SpongeBob fan. I've never seen an episode, but these sets are just fun.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
I guess. The figures are just super cool. We got the rocket. We got the
buildable SpongeBob,
Bikini Bottom.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So if you're a SpongeBob fan and you know way more about SpongeBob than I do, come take a look at them.
Yeah. Rounding it off, we have a couple Batman sets. We have the 1989 Batmobile. This is the large Batmobile, like the large,
really large
1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile with all of its figures. This one came with, I believe, Batman, Vicky Vale, and the Joker.
It seems like they all come with the Joker.
No, that one came with the Joker. The Batwing that I have came with the Penguin. So, yes. And then we also have the 1989 Batman Shadow Box set, which is, it's a giant shadow box. When you open it up, it's the Batcave from Michael Keaton Batman with the Batmobile and like 3 or 4 different Batman suits. You got Alfred. It's a great set.
It has so many little Easter eggs and so many different little vignettes.
You can crank a little crank and the door comes up, and it's so good.
The smaller version of the 89 Batmobile.
Yeah. If I had seen that movie and was a fan of that version of Batman, I would be all over that thing. But I'm a more modern Batman fan. I'm more of a Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Pattinson guy.
Someday we'll watch it together.
I'll watch it. I want to watch them. Yeah.
That was like my era of Batman.
Yeah.
Because that came out when I was in high school.
Yeah, that has everything to do with my age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've also got like the giant wind turbine.
The motorized.
That turn
huge.
It is massive.
So big.
We also got like some vintage city sets that came in.
Nice.
That are like, there's this one, I'm going to have to put a link in the show notes. I should have looked it up. It's got a movie theater, a gas station, a little park with like this fountain with gold bricks.
That's fun.
it's this really cool set, and on the back it has a picture of the guy at the time, the grandson of the founder of Lego,
Oh, that's
who was the president, and this is back like from like 2008 or something.
nice. The haunted house set too,
We do have a haunted house.
with the Tower of Terror drop right inside
Yep.
of it. Cool.
So many great use sets
could go on.
in the store. Yeah.
But we won't. Just come in and see for yourself.
And if you come in and you're like, oh, I wonder if they have this one, and you don't see it on the floor,
Yes.
please ask us. We have so many in the back sorted out. We have different tubs for the different themes, and we have an inventory of all of it. So we can look up different sets and bring those out for you if you'd like to see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great opportunity to save some money, to pick up a new set that you may not be able to get otherwise.
And it's fun to walk into the store and see all these sets built. Like,
yeah,
it's one thing to go into the Lego store and see all these sets in boxes, which with some of them built, but to see like our entire shelves behind the counter just filled with built sets, it's fun.
it is.
It's a good time.
Lego, it's so fun to see all the different techniques
Yeah.
and how the different sets work and
Yeah.
the different themes. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for, we've got everything right now from Classic Space, Exoforce, all the way to those current sets like Rivendell and the D&D Castle. So
Yep.
swing on by, and there's still time to sign up for our D&D event.
Yes.
That's later. Deadline for that is October 12th to sign up. So we'll have a link in the show notes for that. And remember, you can find those show notes at brickclubhouse.com. And we would love to see you there. But I think that brings us to the end. So say goodbye, Devin.
Goodbye, Chris.